Pay attention if you're an Airbnb host who offers weekly or monthly discounts. A host from my program, my online program, reached out with what seemed to be an error. The guest booked a month and then extended for a month, and the discounts were all messed up. The guest was given 2 times the monthly discount. And Airbnb didn't realize the error. They admitted the error, but they didn't even realize the error at the same time. So we're gonna dive into this video. We're gonna look at the support messages via the host and Airbnb. And I'm gonna give you my opinion on how it can be avoided and what the actual issue was and how common it was. So stay tuned. Let's jump in. Before we get there, let's just clarify 7 nights on Airbnb is considered a week and it gives the weekly discount. 28 nights on Airbnb is considered a monthly reservation and it's given them monthly discount, not 30 nights or 31. I'm appreciative of this host who got everything in writing here. Now there seemed to be a time difference, that's why they did this, but I suggest if you have issues with Airbnb, it's a good idea to get things in writing here because Airbnb is known to just delete things out of the system when they realize that they're wrong. So now we have proof, and he took screenshots for me. So we see we're starting from the top here. Tried to call you. All right, so he's saying message me here, which is good. The Airbnb support rep is saying we can't remove the guest reservation unless they cancel it. So that's not the issue. And the host is saying, yeah, I don't want you to cancel it. I want you to modify it. And then the Airbnb support is saying, oh, I can't modify the reservation without the guest approval. You can send a request, blah, blah, blah. He's saying they've already done that. Please call them. So there's an issue, a core level issue. There seems to be some back and forth. And so this is just a quick tip for when you're dealing with Airbnb support. You're oftentimes not dealing with a Airbnb employee. It's usually a call center employee and they have a script. And if your issue is off script, things go haywire. So you have to be very patient. You usually have to teach them how the system works. And sometimes you might have to be forwarded on to someone else, but it's a strategy in not getting frustrated and upset and saying things you may not have wanted to say. So just understand you will have to teach Airbnb support about Airbnb's system, and you need to do that calmly to get the best service. In my new book, I'll make a quick plug, Profitable Properties. There's a chapter in there where I talk about how to get negative reviews removed, and in that chapter I talk, it's a lot about strategy and dealing with Airbnb reps. All right, so we're seeing this host confirmed that their minimum price I think was $50. So he's saying $25.26 is way below what he would ever rent at. That's what gave him, something. He wanted to look at that. That's what gave him some initial like, oh, that's definitely not right. What's going on here? So the rep is saying, do you realize that there are discounts in your listings pricing? So if you're the host right now, you're probably quite frustrated. Because you probably know that there's discounts. That's not the issue. Brandon handled it very well. So before this, he already sent in a submission and with screenshots and whatnot. So that's why you're not seeing it here. I checked my own listing for monthly discounts. I don't have any at the moment. If you do check. I want you to check and post in the comments if it's not correct that they applied both the monthly and the weekly discount, which is what they did, which is what we're about to get to right now. So Brandon is saying, yeah, I think you applied the monthly discount twice. That is kind of what happened actually. Even more than that, to be honest. We're going to do the calculations in a second. The host is saying we can't make changes. You have a monthly discount of 25% and a weekly discount of 8%. Brandon says when he altered the reservation, you must have applied the discount multiple times. I never charged $25 per night, even with a discount. So he's asking, look at my nightly price and please tell me how it's possible to be $25 per night. So he's trying to get the host, get the support rep to do the calculations and then to realize, oh, we did in fact make an error. Now what's interesting is the support rep is going to admit that, but they're not going to realize that that's wrong. We have a 6-hour transfer of agent going on here, and Brandon is a champion. 8-hour back and forth here, even with that break. So he's saying, he's just reiterating it. Now he's giving some numbers here. So my minimum price $49. That's $36.75 with a 25% discount. Please explain to me how it's possible that you charge the guest $25 when they made a reservation change. Now Abigail is taking over. She's saying, she's double-checked this reservation. I can see your alteration request has already been accepted. Okay. With regard to the nightly price paid by Manny, the price that I'm seeing here on our end is $33.51. This already includes discounts. Please accept my apologies for the information that was provided. Okay, so we're just going back and forth, lots of back and forth here. Now, here's the interesting part. So Abigail saying I can't give you the exact computations or the exact number since it was a system that doesn't the computations, but here is highly what happened. Well, so she can't give the numbers, but I can. So let's do that now. Let's see if we can get to the numbers, the $25 number that he would mention. All right, so if we start at $49 and they give an initial 25% discount, so I'm multiplying it by 75%, that's in fact $36.75. We saw that in the last one. Now, I think this is what Brandon was trying to get the rep to do, which is to multiply this by, so upon the extension, the month extension, this $36.75 was given another 25% discount, which comes out to $27.56, and then it was given another weekly discount. This is what I think happened. So the weekly discount is 8%, so I'm not multiplying it by 0.92. That gets us to $25.35. So that's exactly what happened. That's wrong. Now the host admits this in a second. Now before I continue, I want to introduce you to my program. My program is live now. We're in the 3rd week now. It's going to go on for 9 or more weeks. It is the first time I'm doing this. It's live instruction with me on a weekly basis where I'll present material. You can ask me questions and answers. You also get access to a community forum. You get access to some private tools that I'm going to be providing, and you get access to vacation rental market analysis, where I'll be providing my research when I'm looking to buy my next investment. I'll be providing my research so that you can better understand where might be the most profitable markets for you. And I do analysis based on the program interest. You can submit as a program participant, you can submit a market. If those markets are upvoted, I will do vacation rental market analysis for that market. You can find this information plus a $250 discount, a link to the program information in the description down below, and you can learn more about what's included with this. Let's get back to the video at hand here. So Abigail is saying here, Manny first booked the reservation for a month. Now your 25% monthly discount and your 8% weekly discount has been applied. That's wrong. So that's the interesting part. That's wrong. That's wrong, but Abigail doesn't know it's wrong. So very strange, but that is wrong. To be clear, it is wrong. I want you to check your monthly reservations and see if they're in fact charging your monthly and your weekly discount. So she goes on to state, now Manny tried to alter once again, this time for 56 nights, which is the equivalent of almost 2-month stays. That's also wrong. That's exactly 2-month stays as defined by Airbnb. 28 times 2 is 56. And it is highly possible that the nightly price became $25 because the monthly discount was applied twice, and also your weekly discount. So that's wrong. Now what's interesting, I'll get into why I think what happened and how to avoid it in a second, which is interesting is the 3rd paragraph here. I know it is kind of confusing because not everything is not included on the price breakdown of the reservation. And believe me, and we as support ambassadors are sometimes confused too. But I hope I answered all your questions. Abigail, we're all confused. I'm trying to clear it up for you and everyone here. Okay, so my analysis of the situation is there was an error for some reason. I'm not sure why. Now there's a lot of moving parts going on in Airbnb, so I don't think this is a system-wide error. It was specific to this case. I'm going to speculate that it may have been due to a couple things. When a guest extends, so if they have a 28-night reservation, they can extend at that monthly discount. Even if they extend for 3 more nights, those 3 nights will get the 25%, in this case, monthly discount. And then if they extend for another, 10 nights, that they continue with that discount. Now, the guest can extend the modification, or the host can. So one of those two was the issue. If the host does it, what can happen is you actually have to type in the full price, including discounts, including cleaning fee, etc. So if Brandon has an employee, they may have calculated it wrong. In this case, that could be the issue. What else could be the issue is pre-approvals. I know there's some issues with pre-approvals I've seen personally. I'm not a fan of pre-approvals. I think if the guest is going to book, they're going to book just because you sent them a pre-approval. They're not going to be like, oh, I'm pre-approved. They're like, I have money to spend. If I want to book, they're definitely going to let me book. So that doesn't give you any benefits, and it doesn't affect your acceptance rate. Now, what it may do is if you pre-approve someone, it's good for 24 hours, and they have 24 hours to book. Those dates sometimes are blocked off from your calendar. That's bad. That's very bad. Even if they're not blocked off, someone else could come and inquire for, let's say the original inquiry from guest A was 5 nights. Someone else could come and inquire for 6, 7, or more nights. And if you were asleep at that time and the guest A accepts, well, you just lost out on a 7 or 8 night reservation for a 5-night reservation because you pre-approved. So don't pre-approve. Let the guest extend it if at all possible, and always check the price, especially for reservations weekly and especially monthly reservations that are extending for another month reservation. Again, that was the core issue. It was a month reservation. He extended for another 28 nights, equaling 56 nights. And because of that oddity, he was given twice the monthly discount for whatever reason. If you have experienced this, or if you have a monthly discount and you can you can manually go in and extend it. You don't have to click submit, but you can go in and say modify reservation and extend it for another 28 nights. If you can do that for me and post in the comments if it did in fact apply your monthly discount twice and or your monthly discount and weekly discount twice, let me know, because if this is a bigger issue, I'll investigate it a little bit more and bring it to Airbnb's attention as I have in other issues in the past. For now, thanks for tuning in, and until next time, happy hosting.